I just got out of an event with Amazon and you won't believe what they announced. Let's go. So I've got my notes and I've got my coffee and I'm gonna get right into the brand new Echo Show 8. Now this is $150. You can pre-order it today. It's much more of a curved look. The back is completely changed and the front looks more like the Echo Show 5 here. It features 2 side speakers and a top speaker and a new spatial audio option. There's also a newly centered camera with this device, and you're gonna find Matter support fully on this device. There's a room adaptation feature with that spatial audio too, which means it's gonna adapt to the acoustics of your environment. And there's a brand new locally running voice assistant on the device, which is gonna make responses 40% faster. But that is not even the biggest launch today. The biggest one might have been the Echo Hub, which is a brand new wall-mounted smart home controller. It's an 8-inch touch screen display, and I saw it used for everything from multi-camera view to a Ring keypad. Now, at its fastest, the Echo Hub was supposed to be able to turn on a light in 300 milliseconds with a voice command, which is pretty incredible. And there's a ton of new features with the voice assistant that I have to tell you about. But this Echo Hub is also a Matter and a Thread controller. It has USB-C powering and was stated to be powerable through Eero's PoE options. Now this is $180 and all we got was a "it's coming soon." This is gonna replace things like the Echo Show 15 on people's walls. It looks very small, looks fantastic as a smart home controller. And with that comes maybe the biggest new feature from Amazon. This is called Map View, and it's gonna work in the Amazon Miss A application to let you visualize your entire home and to control it through that visual. So you'll be able to place your devices throughout your home and control them quickly by where you're sitting. And this was just the beginning. There's tons of features with Amazon, including some new generative AI features. We've got a ton with the Fire TVs, Ring, Blink products, and even an Eero product that absolutely blew my mind. Hello Automators, thanks for tuning in again. Let's get right back into this because there's so much that Amazon announced today. I'm going to start with the Eero Max 7. This is a mesh Wi-Fi 7 system. It had 2 10 gigabit per second Ethernet ports and 2 2.5 gigabit per second Ethernet ports. An overall 9.4 gigabits per second wired speed on the network, and 200 plus devices can be connected. And it doesn't have a fan. Now this was really wild for Amazon to say. It's got passive radiation, so it doesn't need that sound output, which is really nice. It has a built-in Zigbee hub, Matter capable, but the starting price is $600. Now there'll be 1, 2, and 3 packs, like all Eero systems, available later this season. A little while ago, Amazon killed the Echo frames, but they brought back a new version. 50% more playback time for media, 80% increased talk time versus the previous gen. It has the improved pairing features that we saw on the new Echo Buds. Those were fantastic. Like, you don't have to think about pairing. You can pair a couple of devices and it just switches between. Now, that improved playback time, that comes from an improved battery life, and they've worked on the open ear architecture, or open ear audio architecture as they called it. It's going to give you better balanced sound, and it's going to push more of the sound into your ears, less out into the space, which was a previous problem with the Echo frames. My friends could hear everything going on. Now there are 7 frame styles, including sunglasses and prescription options, and it's much lighter than the previous generation. $270, and you can sign up for notifications. So this is one It's going to come out a little differently. Kids got a lot of new devices. There's new Echo Pop Kids versions for $50 available next month. The Marvel, Avengers, and Disney Princess versions. They look really neat. They have a little blue rubber ring, it looks like, around the edges, and it's just a redo of the Echo Pop in terms of design. But Amazon released the new Fire HD 10 Kids and the Fire HD 10 Kids Pro. So you kind of got the one for younger kids, that's the base model, and then the Pro for the older kids. But both of them, $190. They come with a year of Kids Plus and a 2-year no worry warranty. Basically, however your kids break it, you send it back to Amazon, they'll give you a new one. These are 25% faster, which we pretty much hear on every Fire HD device from Amazon. They got 3 gigs of RAM, 13 hours of battery life, and are $10 cheaper than the previous generation. There's a new app on those as well called Amazon Kids Plus Music Maker. They can make music through the app. Looks pretty fun, and they are also launching more play together games. If you've never seen these, basically your kids can play some apps on their Fire HD devices. And they're launching things like checkers, basic games later this year. Now, of course, we got to talk about Ring and Blink when we talk about new devices from Amazon. There's the new Blink Sync Module Pro. This extends range much further than Wi-Fi. We didn't get exact specifications on this, but this will be launched early next year for $50. And all of these new things are based on the relatively new Blink Outdoor 4th generation camera, which was just launched a little while ago. So that's intended to work with that because they're trying to give you the ability to get further outside your home. Now, they also gave us a new Blink Outdoor battery pack or battery extension pack, which doubles the battery life. $30. You could pre-order that today. It just looks like it goes on the back of the existing camera. They also launched the Blink Outdoor 4 floodlight camera. $160 pre-order today. Other than the new camera model, this didn't look much different than last year's version. And Ring announced the new Stick-Up Cam Pro. So we've seen the Stick-Up Cam, it's been around, but they added like the pre-roll feature to this camera, the 3D motion tracking. They added what's called Audio Plus, so you can hear things better. It's $180. You can pre-order it today. It's got all of the premier features from Ring. With the Ring Stick-Up Cam Pro and other Ring products, you're going to be able to use what are called feature routines for Ring products. So you're just going to see these show up based on the Ring devices you've integrated with the Miss A application. And you're going to be able to just pick those, fill in a couple of details, and have these pre-built routines for Ring devices. Now, the Fire Stick TV 4K has a brand new upgraded 1.7 gigahertz processor, which gives it 30% more processing speed. It's also been upgraded with Wi-Fi 6, and of course it's going to have that 4K Ultra HD streaming capability. Now, that'll be $50. You can pre-order it today, but also is the Fire TV Stick 4K Max. Now, that's a bit of a surprise to me that they launched a new version of this, but it comes with Wi-Fi 6E. It has a 2.0 gigahertz processor, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, HDR, and HDR10 Plus. And I noticed on the remote, not a lot of people will be talking about this, but like the Disney button is gone. Now, actually, there's a Peacock and a Direct TV button. I imagine that's only in the US. This one's $10 more than the Fire TV Stick 4K, but it comes with a ton of new generative features that I'm going to talk about now. Amazon launched Fire TV Ambient Experience last year, but they've added some more to it. So we're going to see Miss A widgets like the ones on Echo Show 15s, Echo Show 10s. That's going to be added, or more are going to be added to the Fire TV experience. You're also going to have some free gallery quality artwork on there, but you can make your own. And one of the most interesting demos today was that you could take any of your family photos stored on Amazon Photos and just adapt that. You could change it using generative AI. So we saw someone actually just add watercolor to one of their family vacation photos. And actually how they got to that photo was an additional piece of what's called generative AI. So what we saw is someone say, hey, Miss A, bring up my family photos or my vacation photos from last summer, or my East Coast vacation last summer. Like, it got pretty specific. And then they brought those up, they selected one, they adjusted it, and they adjusted it through asking the voice assistant to make that change. Then we saw them be able to pick from 4 photos or 4 different styles of that generative photo. And then they were able to save that to their collection, which would then be displayed whenever they'd like. And they were able to send it to friends and family. But that's not where the generative AI ended. And this was an incredible demonstration. They were so brave to do this live in the event. Now, Amazon's voice assistant will get this update for free in the US later this year. You'll be able to request this update. This will go back all the way to the very first Echo device shipped in 2014. So you can put it on any speaker, and there's a new conversational mode that you'll be able to start by saying, Miss A, let's chat. What was really interesting about this demonstration, it's completely contextual. You were getting back visual responses on Echo Show. So they weren't just a statement, it wasn't just a conversation, but it was a conversation with additional benefits on the displays. The context was based on your conversation, and Amazon's voice assistant was completely personable. It had opinions, it was able to push the conversation in a direction. Absolutely incredible stuff. We're going to be able to demo this very soon on these devices, and I'm going to bring that to you. And something else that we heard, Amazon's voice assistant is going to be able to create routines for you. So the example used was, hey, Miss A, every morning at 8 a.m., do X, do Y, and that would create a routine for you. We also saw contextual commands starting to come into the voice assistant. So turn on the new light in the living room would work, because people won't necessarily know when you've added a new device to your smart home. Now, on top of that, we saw accessibility features coming to a number of Amazon devices. There's a new eye gaze feature on the Fire Max 11 tablet. This is available with no cost, and it's going to enable some people to direct the whole tablet with their eye gaze. Obviously, this is something that they're testing out to see just how well it goes, but it's great to see that kind of a feature start. One of the more interesting features was Amazon's Emergency Assist. Now, this will cost $5.99 a month, but it allows anyone hands-free emergency help. Now, what's important about that kind of a subscription versus other things is that you're not having to buy a whole other professional monitoring plan, but you're going to get professional assistance. They will have information like medications, other information, and you will identify emergency contacts within the setup process for this. So they would be notified immediately if you've called for help. So you're just going to ask your voice assistant, call for help. You're going to get connected to someone who's going to help you. Pretty impressive feature, obviously just starting in the US. Something we've seen on the Echo Shows for a while is captions, but we've never seen like a full-on translation service. And actually later this year, you'll be able to do translated calls to 10 different languages. So this would enable you to have a conversation through an Echo Show device with someone who speaks an entirely different language. Be very interested to try that one out. All right, automators, there was much more launched, and we're going to be talking about all of it in our brand new features videos. Speaking of which, there's one up on screen now that we just released last week, all the newest features in the smart home industry, so check that out. Otherwise, thanks for watching today. Check out all the links below, and of course, don't hate, automate.